Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition, the edition that is specifically designed for you to improve your imagination. The number one tool in terms of manifesting. And remember, when we talk manifesting, I don't want to get into the magical mumbo jumbo that so many tarot readers like to get into. You create your own magic. For me, and this is the reason I do a manifested tarot reading in audio, the idea is to start to tap into your subconscious, your programming from the time you're born, and in fact, some would argue even in the last trimester, you're already being programmed. So it is taking the cards, the spread that you see on the screen in front of you, and linking those energies together into a cohesive, clear point so that you don't have to guess. You know specifically and precisely what the energy is to help you manifest. Now, how that shows up in your life, that's different because everybody's subconscious is different. So the idea is to use these images along with my narration to help to touch and tap places in your subconscious that will allow you to manifest better. That's why there's no distraction. It is simply a picture of the spread. This will encourage you to get into sort of a semi-hypnotic state. And that will allow you to open up your subconscious, your imagination, and to manifest better. You are the magic. Alrighty, so let's get to it. You see there's two levels, bottom level, upper level, of course. The center cards in both the upper and the lower levels are key. We begin at the lower level with the oracle card Yang or Yang. And you'll notice the number up in the right-hand corner, number 1, numero uno. This is the beginning. This is action. This is when you're energized. It's not passive. It is in a very 3D sense for sure, an active position. Okay, you're not just sitting observing, you're participating. Alrighty? So, let's see how this is all going to shake out. Let's go all the way to the left, bottom row, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Aces are always about you, especially when we're doing a manifested reading. And when you're talking the pentacles, you're talking things that you value. Please, please, please don't think just about money or things. That's 3D thinking. I know we live in a 3D world, and Jesus said, give to Caesar the things that are Caesar and to God's that are things that are God's. I get it. But when you talk about pentacles, when you talk about values, number one value is your self-worth. Now, that doesn't mean acting like a narcissist. A narcissist, in fact, does not love themselves, doesn't even like themselves, but you'd never know unless you knew what to look for. They hate themselves. They're very insecure. So you take all the billionaires in the world and you're looking at narcissists, every single one. Because if you make billions of dollars and that's still not enough, you have to have more. That's a hole in the soul. And they don't value themselves at all. Their value system is things, not people, not feelings. No spirituality, no touch at all. That's foreign to them. So when you talk about the Ace of Pentacles, what is or should be your primary value? You. Loving yourself in a positive manner, because whatever you can do for you, you can do for other people. So you're looking for that perfect love in your life? Love yourself. You're looking for that doctor that'll heal you? Heal yourself. We all have the power and capacity within ourselves, and the Ace of Pentacles says that better than no one else. Make sure that you value yourself. And to kind of, emphasize that, how about the Knight of Pentacles right next to it, huh? Knights always bring gifts. Knight of Pentacles, no different. They bring a practical reality. They're a worker. They're consistent. They're patient. They're slow. In fact, Pentacles, that's one thing you know Pentacles for. If you're looking for quick energy, don't look at Pentacles. It's very slow. It's almost geologic, but they get the job done. And so here we're talking about yang energy. That is the primary card. Moving forward, feeling energized. To what? Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles tells you. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Or if you would prefer, value yourself. We do that. We're taught right from birth. Don't value yourself. You know, for all the people who are listening who've had children, you know that you are so proud, so happy when your child begins to talk, when your child begins to walk. It's so good. And then they get to school, they get to the world, and it's shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down. Do what we tell you. But wait, as a child, this independence was glorified. Shut up and sit down. And that's what the powers in the world right now are telling everybody. Shut up and sit down. Now, for the last 3 years, I think we've sort of kind of done that. Not everybody, thank you. But now people are beginning to awaken. There are parts and pieces. The story is leaking. Question is, what do you do? Are you going to use yang energy? You're going to be energized to value yourself and then value the world? Interesting. King of Swords is up next. Swords always thoughts, ideas. And the kings always make proclamations. It's the queens that get the job done, but the kings make the proclamations. And this is clear thought, honesty, integrity, analytical. This is the yang energy that really I think is being called for. Your thoughts. The very things that they've been playing with over the past 3 years, and longer actually, for decades. Lying left and right and left and right and left and right and left and right. In fact, it reminds me of one of my favorite lines from Mark Twain. Now, this was about politicians, but you could say the same thing, by the way, for every single billionaire and multimillionaire on the planet. Every single one, as far as I'm concerned. And that is, in the case of politicians, he said, are like diapers. They need to be changed, and for the same reason. Nothing's changed. We have to make the changes. And we do that by our thinking. We do that by valuing ourselves. Okay? If you feel uncomfortable saying, geez, I love myself. Okay, value yourself. You're important. The fact that you're here, you're important. That's the ticket. And in fact, the final card on the bottom row is one of my favorites, Six of Wands. Because it is victory. It is a personal triumph. It is recognition. Wands provide that energy, that spark of life. It's like taking your cell phone when the battery is absolutely dead dry and you plug it into the USB port and begins to percolate. And before you know it, you got your phone fully charged. That's what's happening. This is the potential right now for you. You want to manifest something? This is what it is. Six of Wands is victory, but what it is victory in bringing enthusiasm, positivity, joy back into your life. But you got to value yourself. You got to clear up your thinking. And you got to put all of that into action, into a positive action, so that you can have victory and you can have a much better, much more enjoyable, much more plugged in life. And I'm not talking tech there. Right? Let's go up to the top of the row here. Over all the way to the left, we have the moon. The moon, intuition. It's a very, very, very powerful card, very much like the High Priestess. It's the idea of feeding your intuition. Now, with the moon, we don't see anything. It's not like the sun. We don't see everything. So there could be a little bit of illusion, bewilderment, fear. That's what the last 3 years have been all about, that moon energy. I think I see the truth, but then the powers that be cover it up. Did you hear that story about the guy who had the heart attack, the NFL player who had the heart attack on the field? They did a little interview with him back just a day or so ago. He didn't want to talk about what his doctors told him about why he died on the field. Said, I don't want to talk about it. What does that tell you? That goes back to the King of Swords. You got to think. But to think, you have to value yourself. But here we have a talk about thinking. Next card is Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is painful. It's tough. It's that middle of the night, I can't sleep, coulda, shoulda, woulda stuff. Oh, yeah. It's nightmares. It's grief. It's despair. It's distress. We have been under great distress for the past 3 years. Longer than that even, but the last 3 really have pulled the veil back and shown us. Got to change our thinking. King of Swords, got to change our thinking. But you don't do that until you value yourself. Trust yourself, believe in yourself. Value yourself. Next card over, Page of Wands. Pages always change the storyline, and the Page of Wands says enthusiasm, enthusiasm, enthusiasm. It's time. You got that yang energy. Plug into the positivity. Plug into the excitement. Plug into the enthusiasm. And here we go. Final card. Up top, Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, very much like the Ace of Pentacles. It's all about you. So Ace of Pentacles is valuing yourself. Echo, Ace of Cups, love yourself. Same difference. It's valuing yourself. And that's what the whole thing is about. If you do not value yourself, then at that point you give them the power, you give them the control, you give them everything, including your soul, and you only have yourself to blame. So you must be energized. And the final card up top in the middle, vice versa card, is the Knight of Swords. Knights always bring gifts. Knights bring clear thinking, or the possibility of saying, again, you can walk away from any of this. Walk away from any of this. Abdicate your responsibility. Then you're going to get the crummy end of the stick. I clean that up because it's YouTube and all that. But you get the idea. You're going to be defeating yourself. You are not going to be valuing yourself. You're not going to be loving yourself. You're not going to be appreciating yourself. You're not going to think clearly so you can have a life that you're plugged into. You're going to have to pass all of that. Change your thinking. Change your thinking. Change your thinking. Change your thinking. But take it a step at a time. Love yourself. Appreciate yourself. Make a commitment to you to understand that you are valuable just as you are. Very important stuff. Hope you can do it. Hope you can make the connection. I hope I made the connection with you because that's what it's all about. That's where the magic happens. So back tomorrow with another Manifested Tarot reading, but maybe you can't make it, schedules and all that kind of stuff. I get it. Between now and the next time you and I have a chance to manifest tarot together, as always, peace and blessings.